Hey there, Drew with Auditing Reno 911. Thank you for watching my videos. My purpose in doing these, sharing these videos, is to highlight government corruption and the problems in government. Why do I do this? Well, for most of my life, I've run a small business, built a business, employed people, taken care of my family. That's pretty much my life goal, is take care of my family, take care of the ones that I love and that I'm responsible for. Back in 2019, the rules of running my business began to change, and that led to Auditing Reno 911. So what you're going to hear right now is a phone call between one of my office people, her name is Trish, and DMV investigator James Appleton. This phone call happened in March of 2023, and it highlights some of my frustrations and part of the reason I'm out there auditing other governmental agencies. And this is really what led me to the Deputy Bueno lawsuits and my illegal arrest and hotboxing and all that other stuff. So here you go. Here's a phone conversation between Investigator Appleton with the Department of Motor Vehicles. He's got a gun and a badge. And my lean salesperson, Trish. I hope you enjoy it. And if you got questions, I'm going to put contact information for the Nevada Department of Motor Vehicles in the description, and the Attorney General's office if you think that what you're hearing here are illegal acts. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Thank you.
Hey, Nate Towing, Miss Snow on a recorded line.
Miss Snow, it's Investigator Appleton with the DMV. I was looking for Tricia.
Oh, let me go get her. Hold on. Hi, this is Trish with NA Towing.
Hey, it's Investigator Appleton. How are you?
I could be better if I stopped getting so many angry phone calls from the people I sell cars to.
Well, I don't know what that's about, but...
Me either, but I'm really, really hoping that you could help me because, sorry, I'm out of breath. I give them a lien registration certificate when they buy the car so that they can register the vehicle right away, even though it takes DMV like 10 to 50 weeks to do anything, to issue a title. And they are
I'm always helping you. You're going to rag the DMV as soon as you get on the phone with me like it's my fault?
I know it's not your fault, but I do need a solution because they are telling me that every time they go to register the vehicle with that lien registration cert, that they are being told that they can't use that they have to wait till they get the title.
Well, let's stop here for just a second. So my employee Trish is on the phone with DMV Investigator Appleton with his gun and his badge, and we can't get registrations for our customers where they've bought cars, paid for cars, paid taxes, paid title fees, and for years they go to the DMV and the DMV gives them a registration to drive the car until they issue the paperwork. But all of a sudden this has changed. What the heck happened? Well, here, I think I know the answer. Now remember, this all started in 2023, and what we have here is back in April 15th of 2022, J.D. Decker, he's the chief of enforcement, emails Julie Butler, Tonya Laney, and Robin Allender. Well, Julie Butler is the director of DMV. Tonya Laney, and Julie Butler's retiring. Tonya Laney will be the new director, and I'm not sure who Robin is, but that's okay. And they say, ugh, since at least 2011, the DMV has been allowing lien claimants, tow and wreckers to complete VP 201. Look, they even have a form for us to send over. They collect sales tax, issue the form, and then the customer comes to the DMV to register the vehicle. This is not an ownership document. It tells them this, but allows it to, we're allowing this document to register vehicles without any review of the packet. Happy Friday, says J.D. Decker. Well, then we go on down here, and Robin Allender, he responds to everybody. And he says, correct. This is the document they were talking about the other day. Remember, this is back in April 15th of 2022. So this is almost a year ago, a year before this problem. And then they go on here, how do we stop this problem immediately? And does this change the response to Mr. Rebar? Me, Mr. Rebar, because I've been complaining about why do the rules keep changing? How come we don't know what the regulations are? So then they go on in here to say stopping this would be easy as getting notification not to register the vehicle off this form. And then we go on down here to say from Julie Butler, the director, okay, we'll need some time to provide notice. Guess what? They never provided us any notice. But yet here they are almost a year before this conversation, writing emails, changing regulations, changing the way things are done. And you all thought you needed the legislature to change rules and regulations and laws. You don't need that. You just need somebody with an email that has a government job and they can make their own regulations. Let's get back to the conversation.
That's not exactly good for business if they have to wait a minimum of 10 weeks to get that title. Nobody's going to buy from us.
Well, time out. Who's telling them that?
When they go to register the vehicle?
Yeah, but like, what DMV is it? The Reno DMV? Is it like, what is it that?
The Reno DMV, the Carson DMV. I've gotten calls from both DMVs, or I've gotten calls from people that went to both DMVs, and they're not able to register it with a lien registration cert. So either I don't have the right document I've been using this document since I started doing this. I need to know what to do because I don't know how else to instruct them other than saying, okay, tell me when your appointment is and I'll go there and I'll argue with them myself. But I don't know what to do. And I have a list of people that are just not happy with me because DMV is saying that form is doesn't work. That doesn't.
So you're telling me that the DMV is saying, like, no matter where they come to when they get here and they make an appointment or whatever, they're saying they have to have the title first?
Yeah, they said that they can't register it with the.
Well, you don't get the title until the lien sale is processed.
I know that. And on top of that, I was told, one of the people that bought a vehicle from us was told that it would be $8 a day for a moving permit. $8 a day for a moving permit, not even registration.
But that's not real life. I mean, that's not. Actually, it costs $4 for a moving permit, and they ride it for a week to 2 weeks. So that's not true, you know.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to do.
Well, let me ask. Let me see if there's some type of change or something I know about. I've never heard of either one of these things, so I can't give you any clarification because I don't know if that's necessarily true. But let me ask, and I'll call you back, okay? And then I sent that with the Chrysler 300 thing. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't know all this stuff, right? I'm literally the middleman with all this, but I sent it down to the title's office, my supervisor there. And she's going to get back with me, so I'll have a better clarification as soon as I get it. I'll send it your way.
Well, that's perfect. I would bother you a lot less if you weren't the only connection I knew in DMV.
I know. But I'm a good and bad connection, so it's just but it flows both ways. Let's see. So this thing right here, basically, you guys are asking for this to be salvaged on the form, and then they're saying you're not a wrecker. I'm confused by this too. Like, this is why is it? And again, people mess up on it all the time. So I'm not trying to cover for the DMV. I'm just saying, is it? I don't understand the issue with this car. Like, why is this car different getting that response? What's different about this car? I guess is what I'm asking for clarification purposes.
Wait till you find out that that's one of the titles that was denied. Not even sent back to us to fix. That was something that we had to issue a refund because it was flat out denied by DMV. And the guy that bought it was livid and went and bugged them enough to where they sent him back to us to have us submit the paperwork so that he could get a title after we had refunded him his money.
Yeah, but what's up with this salvage wrecker thing? What is that about?
I don't know what their letter's about, but when we pulled records on it, it had a salvage title. So at some point in that vehicle's life, it was totaled out and rebuilt. And we have to include that salvage title application. I
got you. And again, I don't know. Right? I don't know everything. That may be the issue. They may, because if it already has a salvage title, when the DMV goes to print a title, they're going to see that, and maybe they don't understand that, and they're not looking at it far. I don't know the problem is. But anyway, I sent it to the supervisor, so we'll get a better clarification, and then I'll find out. I just wanted to ask for your end what the problem was, but I think I see. It might be a mismarking of a fucking box, honestly, so we'll find out.
Maybe, but there's been, we kind of accepted defeat on that one, and then a couple months later the guy came back in saying, well, DMV said if you guys just mail in the paperwork, they'll they'll issue a title, but then they sent it back again? Come on.
Okay. Well, I'll find out. I'll give you a call back for both, okay? I'll ask about the certificate, the lien registration, because I haven't heard of that, so, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if it's one person's given bad information that works here, or what's going on. But I'll find out and give you a call back.
I think you guys are hiring a whole bunch of people and not making them go through the full training.
You would think wrong. Everybody gets the same training here. It's just the problem is they may be hiring people. I don't know, but again, right? I mean, who wants to work these days, and who wants to work for no money, right? So that's the problem in itself.
I like working, and I would honestly have been debating on just going and working at DMV, so at least something would come out correct with these titles.
You should. I'll jump you to the front of the line. Let me know if you put in your application.
Okay.
Hey, I was looking for Trish.
May I ask who's calling?
Investigator Appleton.
Okay, I got to get her. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey. All right. Hey, so with the lien sale registration certification, they revised it in June of 2022, and this is what it says now. Okay, and again, this is something that happened. The DMV did. I didn't know about it. I mean, but at the same time, I don't. This isn't my job to process these things. But yeah, I was unaware too. That's why I asked. But basically, this goes in hand because this is what it says. This vehicle cannot be operated without a certificate of registration or temporary moving permit, Nevada evidence and issuance, blah, 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 by the registered owner. This document must be submitted by the purchaser to any full-service branch of the Nevada DMV immediately after purchases to obtain a 60-day temporary moving permit or register this vehicle. Once the title is completed in the purchaser's name, Clark and Washoe County residents may also require a certificate of compliance for emission control to register this vehicle. So essentially, with the VP, what is this thing called, 64, the certificate of inspection, the reason they did this, and I called to ask just because I was like, when did this happen? Why did it happen? And they're like, yeah, this policy changed. But they did it because they were issuing a bunch of registrations, and then something would happen when they did the inspection, or the title would be changed to maybe have to be changed to salvage, or just whatever kind of issues. But they were getting too many things registered and then having problems with the titles after the fact. So this is the policy they put in place. So basically, if you sell a car now to somebody and you give them this new updated, and again it's a 6/6 of 2022, the VP 201, which is the lien sale registration certification, they can come here with that and then get a 60 to 90 day moving permit from the DMV, and it's not $8 a day. I think they pay $4 or whatever the price is, $4 to $6 or something. It may be $8, but the point is, it's a moving permit, and they write it up to 90 days in advance.
Okay, so a moving permit for 90 days. I don't know who makes the rules in DMV, but they need to use their head. Moving permit for 90 days, there's a good chance they're not even going to have the title by the end of that moving permit. You know that, right?
Then they'll come in and have to get another one, I guess.
Will they be issued another moving permit?
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have a title, that's not their fault. I mean, like again, right? And then listen, if you're angry or you're going to be mad or whatever, that's fine. I mean,
I'm not mad at you, but
no, I know. But what I'm saying is I don't make these laws, so I'm literally talking to you, and I got common sense too. But my point is, if I bought a car from you through a lien sale, you give me this form, I come to the DMV, I get a 90-day moving permit. It's about to expire. I still don't have my thing because the DMV is slow. That's not my fault. I come back into the DMV, say, hey, I still don't have a title. They're going to have to reissue it.
Okay.
They're going to have to reissue another moving permit. And if somebody wants to say no or anything and they don't have a title, again, that's not anybody's fault. The DMV can't make a valid argument against one of your customers if they just don't have the titles because the DMV hasn't processed it for whatever reason. But this is a policy that's been in place since June of last year. So, and again, I apologize for not knowing about it. But again, I mean, that's not really. I deal with lien sales a lot, but not necessarily this form, So.
Yeah, I wish that I didn't deal with lien sales as much because they're getting more and more disappointing.
Oh, they're going to get even better soon. Don't worry.
That's great.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, and again, we can argue this all day long. And again, I don't make the policy, you don't make the policy, so me and you are just the ones that are the middlemen. But
they're punished by the changes?
Yeah, when those changes actually come out and that new.
Did Investigator Appleton just say he wished something was written down in a guide? Imagine that. Would you believe that the DMV had a regulation, I use that word under the context of the law, a regulation It was a guide that told everybody how to do things. But hey, let's look at this. Remember, this is 2023, March of 2023, when this conversation's going on. So let's go look back in history here. So back in history, we had an email, April 18th, 2022, from the director of DMV, Julie Butler. And it says, Sean, does RPM normally do documents guide editing? If yes, please assign someone to work and edit the wrecker and tow guide. Look at that, a wrecker and tow guide that tells you how to do things. I asked Kevin to remove it from our website while it's undergoing revisions. They removed a regulation without any due process. Imagine that. Now, let's go a little bit further than that. So here's a follow-up from Sean Seaver. Hi, JD and Kaylin. I'm hooking you two together because JD Decker, he's the CED Chief of Police, would like some changes to the wrecker and tow car operator guide. But here's the real thing. CED is having a difference with opinion on the guide, so they removed it from their website. They removed a regulation because they had a difference of opinion with a customer, and then they didn't give any due process to remove the regulation. This is our DMV people. This is what's going on. And what this guide was, this guide was pages and pages and pages of how to do a lien, how to process a lien, and what all of the rules and regulations were. But the Nevada DMV, they decided they wanted to get rid of this because they had a disagreement with a customer. So that means all of the businesses that ran liens in the state of Nevada no longer had these regulations to rely on. They were taken away by the DMV director because they had a difference of opinion with customers.
And there's hopefully no questions, but I'm sure there will.
That would be, honestly, that would be great if there was, like, if it was written down so I knew what I was, like, I don't have any answers. People are calling me like, why don't I have my title yet? I'm like, I don't know.
It's really coming, I promise. Like, again, I'm not on the committee or anything, but I'm around a lot of people who are, and they're moving traction on it. The only holdup right now is they did that conference with all the tow companies, and so they took all the questions and they're getting back to people. And then there's steps to this, right? So because it has to go. This is like going to be some new legislation that's going to be added. So essentially, by this summer, it should be done because the next step now is to come back and say, hey, here's all the questions that were asked. Here's what we're going to do, and then that's like. Before it goes to legislation, these are like the steps in the chain of command. So that's where it's at right now.
Okay. Well then, while I have you on the phone, I don't know if I actually emailed it to you or if I just asked you if you could help me out with one more lien sale packet. But there's been this guy that bought I think it was a Mercedes from us a while back, and he still has not received his title. But unfortunately, he had been in an accident that was not his fault, but he can't do anything with the insurance because he doesn't have a title. And I don't know how to get it processed faster, but it's been a decent amount of time.
Just if you have a copy of the lien sale, just send it to me with all the information, and then because again, I'm not titles, right? I just am the middleman, but I'll send it down to my contact, and they always, the things that I send them, they always look at first, so.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, and so like I said, so those are the answers, and then for that 2003 Chrysler, I emailed it down there. I haven't got anything back, but like I said, hopefully tomorrow or sometime this week, if I get that back, I'll let you know what they say.
All right, thank you.
All right, no worries. Bye.